You won't believe what Wrexham is about to do. The team's biggest signing has just been revealed, and it could completely change the club's future. But hang on, before we drop the bombshell you've already seen in the thumbnail and title, there are 3 more red-hot stories from today that you need to hear, because they all connect to Wrexham's bold plan to reach the top tier of English football. So stay with me until the end. The final story is the most important one. Let's start from the beginning. News 1. Heading for the Premier League. Wrexham's dream has no limits, and now, after securing promotion to League One, the Welsh club is already aiming even higher, the Premier League, the pinnacle of English football. This ambitious goal is no secret, and the club's Hollywood owners, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, continue to show they're not just here for a bit of fun. The duo are serious about turning Wrexham into a footballing force, and they know that to do that, they'll need to strengthen the squad with players who bring experience, quality and, most importantly, a winning mentality. One of the club's top targets for the upcoming transfer window is Lewis Travis, a defensive midfielder and current captain of Blackburn Rovers. Last season, Travis was loaned to Ipswich Town, where he played a key role in their successful campaign to earn promotion to the Championship. The same mission Wrexham are targeting now, back-to-back promotions. At 27 years old, Travis is known not only for his technical ability but also for his leadership. A true general on the pitch, he stands out for his work rate, tactical awareness and reading of the game. Over the past season, he made 39 appearances, scored 2 goals and provided 1 assist. But more than stats, it's his presence on the field that sets him apart, and that's exactly why he's caught Wrexham's eye. Another factor that could help the deal go through is that his contract with Blackburn is nearing its end, which could open the door for a more affordable negotiation. For a club moving up a division and needing to build a competitive squad, Travis represents the perfect mix of experience, leadership and value for money. Signing a player like this would be a strong signal that Wrexham's project is both serious and ambitious. With Travis in midfield, the team would gain not only in quality, but also in maturity and consistency. Vital ingredients for anyone aiming high and hoping to write one of the most surprising stories in modern English football. Could a major new signing be on the way to the racecourse ground? Stay tuned, this transfer window is going to be exciting. News 2. No settling for mediocre. If anyone thought Wrexham were just going to settle for mid-table safety or merely avoid relegation in the Championship, they're in for a surprise. The club's philosophy is crystal clear: ambition comes first. After years away from the big stage, Wrexham is back with a bang, and they have no intention of stopping now. Confirming that bold stance was none other than Les Reed, the club's experienced transfer advisor. In a recent interview, he made it clear, the goal is not just to survive in the Championship, but to properly compete. The ambition is to build a squad strong enough not only to have a decent season, but to aim even higher, a place in the playoffs for Premier League promotion. We're planning for the long term, but that doesn't mean we're ruling out immediate results. If we get the chance to fight at the top end of the table, we'll absolutely go for it, Reed stated. And when someone with his track record says that, it's worth taking seriously. The internal reference point is Ipswich Town, who managed to climb from League One and, the very next season, challenge for Premier League promotion with a strong, fearless campaign. If Ipswich did it, why can't Wrexham do the same, or even better? The club's recent journey gives even more strength to that dream. Under the visionary leadership of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Wrexham has secured 2 consecutive promotions and already broken records on their way back up the football pyramid. Some say they're writing the script for a modern-day football fairytale, but all signs point to the story being far from over. Now, the next target would be historic: 4 promotions in a row, an almost unheard-of feat in professional English football. Sound impossible? Maybe. But Wrexham have shown that impossible isn't in their vocabulary. With solid planning, strategic investment and a hungry squad, they're out to prove that big dreams can deliver big results. This season promises to be one of the most thrilling in the club's history. And if the attitude behind the scenes is anything to go by, Wrexham is ready to shake things up, big time. The fans have got the message loud and clear: the goal isn't just to arrive, it's to keep rising. News 3. Tough goodbyes. A club's evolution comes with hard choices. And for Wrexham, the meteoric rise to the Championship has brought one of those tough phases, the moment to say goodbye to players who've been part of the recent journey. The club has already announced that at least 8 players will leave the squad at the end of June, including some familiar names among fans, such as Stephen Fletcher, the veteran striker with experience at top clubs, and Jordan Davies, a homegrown talent and symbol of the club's Welsh identity. Though expected, the departures have stirred emotions among supporters, who recognise how much these players contributed along the way. Rob McElhenney, one of the club's owners, spoke openly about the emotional weight of such decisions. Goodbyes are never easy. Sometimes a player does everything right, gives it all on the pitch, wears the badge with pride, but football moves fast, and growth means making room for new pieces, he explained in a recent interview. His words humanize the process, showing that, while there's a business side to the game, there's also real respect for those who've helped build the new Wrexham. Manager Phil Parkinson, the man behind 2 consecutive promotions, also made a statement. He was clear that more changes are on the way. We currently have a large squad, and the Championship has stricter rules on registered players. We need to make adjustments, not just for numbers, but for strategy, he said. Parkinson hinted that, beyond the announced exits, more players could leave in the coming weeks, especially those who might struggle to find game time in this next chapter. These changes are part of what the club calls a natural transition between divisions. As Wrexham moves up, the demands, both technical and tactical, increase, and that means carefully reshaping the squad. The idea is to strike a balance between gratitude and ambition, honouring those who helped reach this point, while opening space for those who can take the club even further. For the players leaving, the door remains open. Many are expected to continue their careers in solid League One or League Two sides, and there's even talk of some returning in the future in other roles within the Wrexham project. As Rob McElhenney put it, these players are part of our history. They'll always have a place in the heart of the club. The fans, of course, feel the sadness of these farewells, but they've also learned to trust the process. Because at Wrexham, every change has a purpose, to keep dreaming big and pushing to go even further. News 4. The big transfer window revealed. And now, it's time for the biggest story of the day, a revelation that caught even the most tuned-in fans by surprise and showed just how calculated Wrexham's moves really are. Remember back in January, when Wrexham brought in 2 new strikers to finally solve the team's goal-scoring issues? Well, only now, in the latest episode of Welcome to Wrexham, it's been revealed that one of those signings, Sam Smith, was in fact the club's #1 target from the very start of the window. That's right. Wrexham went big. They spent over £2 million to bring Smith in, the most expensive transfer in the club's history. A bold move that proves just how serious the club's leadership is about pushing for success on the pitch. Smith joined halfway through the season and, despite the short time to settle in, has already made a strong impact. 19 appearances and 7 goals, quickly becoming a key player in Phil Parkinson's attacking setup. A solid return that gives fans something they've been craving for a long time, a proper number 9 who delivers. Alongside him, Jay Rodriguez and Ryan Longman also joined the ranks, both experienced names. But according to Sean Harvey, the man behind Wrexham's transfer business, Smith was the main target all along. He was the one the club truly wanted, regardless of who else was available. Sam Smith is the kind of striker who changes the outcome of a match. He's the one who turns a draw into a win, Harvey said. And that, as he rightly pointed out, is the difference between teams who just take part in a season and those who fight for promotion. This revelation gives fans a better understanding of why the club went all in to sign him. Sam Smith wasn't just another name on the list, he was brought in to be a star. And based on what we've seen on the pitch so far, it looks like the gamble has paid off. So there you have it, Wrexham are raising the bar, moving on from players who've served their purpose, betting on experience, and most importantly, building a squad that's hungry for victory. All of this is part of one bold ambition, to reach the Premier League faster than any club in history. If you enjoyed this roundup of the latest Wrexham news and want to stay up to date with everything happening at the club, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here, you always hear it first. See you in the next video.